Get ready for Pisces Full Sturgeon Moon happening during a Gemini year on August 28, 2026. And this is going to happen at 4:19 a.m. in the very early morning. And we're using Tropical Astrology Universal Time Coordinated. This is occurring in Lunar Mansion Number 27, this Pisces Sturgeon Moon. And that is a dewy, a very moist mansion of the moon. Now, the Archangel Gabriel is the angelic being that inhabits the exalted station of guardian angel over all of the water signs of the zodiac, of which Pisces is a mutable sign. Now, Int'l is the zodiac angel for the sign of Pisces, the fish. Also, the zodiac angel that rules over all the air signs is Raphael, but Gemini specifically is an air sign, and that name for Gemini zodiac angel, that's mutable air, is Umbriel. So Umbriel for Gemini. Now, the planetary archangel of the moon, or Luna, is Gabriel, and therefore we have a double dose of Gabriel's seraphic frequency this month during this full sturgeon moon. And star angel Al-Thani is the 27th lunar mansion's pointer star. The pointer star is the star that indicates the lunar mansion. So for this lunar mansion, for number 27, the star angel is Al-Thani, okay? And the stars that dwell within the two Stargates are Gamma Pegasi and Alpha Andromedae. And these two Stargates are the pointer stars for the 27th lunar mansion. And they serve to pinpoint mansion of the moon, Al-Fargh, Al-Thani. So 27th mansion of the moon is called Al-Fargh, Al-Thani. That's the other name for it. They call it number 27. And there are some lunar mansion, more ancient lunar mansion systems where it's like two numbers off, but you know which one you're on when you look at the pointer stars, Gamma Pegasi and Alpha Andromedae, and the name of the mansion, Al-Fargh, Al-Thani. And also, we're going to give you a little while here the coordinates for the mansion. But first, a combination of Jupiterian for Pisces and Neptunian Pisces sort of, and the Mercurial Gemini reckons a merging of the otherworldly mutable water from Pisces water of water nature during a mutable air power from Gemini's water of air element. So again, there's a lot of mutable energies. Mutable is a watery energy, with Gemini being mutable air and Pisces being mutable water. Now, these two zodiacal signs convey their idiosyncratic natures right through the course of this sturgeon moon by generating a very intricate and also a multifaceted combo. Such a pairing of these two mutable signs grants a penchant for inquisitiveness, flexibility, and elasticity. On the other hand, where Pisces contributes a sympathetic ear, abstraction, wistfulness, so that dreamy quality, and psychic ability, Gemini is all about smartness, good sense of humor, verbal dialogue. They love to chit-chat, okay? They love good conversations and cerebral dexterity. Can you spar with them with the sort of the intellectual sparring is what Gemini is really into. Sometimes I'd rather talk to you than anything, if you're interested. And they can go from one to another, one thing to another. But the mutable water of Pisces can do that too. Okay? Now, the double water elements of the fish might feel that the air portion of Gemini is too logical or cold occasionally. And with the twins kind of thinking sometimes that Pisces is now and again overly vague or quixotic. Nevertheless, it is precisely these types of attributes that hold the twins' continuing interest in the fish, with Gemini frequently amusing Pisces, keeping it amusing and entertaining, adding cheerfulness and laughter to both of their lives. The stars Algenib and Alpheratz. Now, this is the point where we're going to get into the Stargates of the Lunar Mansion and what kind of magic, star magic, but the star angel you can do. So the stars Algenib and Alpheratz, Now, that's what we mentioned that's the other name for the stars. There's a scientific name, and then there's the other name that's more popular. These are the more popular names, Algenib and Alpheratz. So these are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. Profitable for gaining substantial cash or credit, reaping rewards, and for healing ailments. So you can heal during this time. Beware that tricksters find opportunity to making mischief during this mansion, and will do so if they are given free rein. This mansion is awful for sailors. Okay, it's bad. And it prolongs the confinement of detainees, so it's bad for prisoners. Now, structures become fragile during this mansion as well. Beware pictures or figurines of an angel or a man sporting wings on his back, carrying a punctured cup or vase that loses its liquid through many small holes running out in thin streams. For this symbol causes the ruination of aquifers and water sources when conjurers inundate the vessel deep into the water resource, which they will to devastate. This is from the second drawing or second draining in the constellation of Pegasus the winged horse and Andromeda the princess and Pisces the fish with lunar angel Pineal. And if you want to use the Lord, it's Lord Ablamel. This was used, a scene from this mansion was used in a Frasier episode about a crock pot, where at the end Frasier was holding, at the very end, they buried it deep. At the very end, when Frasier held the crock pot, that was the feature of the whole story, but at the end they filled it with water, put flowers in it, and Frasier, being the angel, stood there, and it had thin streams flowing out from it, and it was very deep. And the very end, the final sequence, which some people wouldn't stay around for. So you see how it's buried deep within the episode. That's how you bury it deep within the water source, because it was an emotional one. Okay, so you can check out those kind of things when you see where these lunar mansions are used in movies, commercials, TV shows, paintings, in religious texts, and in paintings and plays, going all the way back to the beginning of mankind. Now, regarding the exact coordinates for this mansion, some of the really strong magic you can use, the ancient magic you can use. Luna will be in Pisces 4 degrees 17 minutes and 9 seconds to Pisces 17 degrees 8 minutes and 34 seconds. This is according to Abraham. The stars to wish upon inside the 27th mansion of the moon, Al-Fargh, Al-Thani, are named Algenib and Alpheratz, as we mentioned, that dwell in Pegasus, being the lower spout of the water bucket. That's according to Warnock. Okay, now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to ask the angel of Gamma Pegasi and Alpha Andromedae, those are scientific names of the two stargates, who is named Al-Haniel, as we mentioned, to increase harvest and to heal any sicknesses that people may have. Now, sorceresses and sorcerers create representations to reap rewards, create gainful yields, to accumulate money, grow inventory, and cure sickness, to obliterate the treasures of others, to stop development of structures, to bring trouble to sailors, as we mentioned, and lengthen the sentences of DNATs. Okay, now magicians also use Al-Fargh, Al-Thani to annihilate an enemy's water wells, fountains, or other water sources using a rendering of an angel or winged human holding a chalice. Picture Frasier holding that crock pot with the flowers in it and the water coming out of it, okay? So picture that, how it's used in modern sort of pop culture, but it still has a very strong effect, okay? And remember that it's holding the perforated chalice. And what happens is then the water is running out in many narrow directions because it's a perforated chalice. Now, Agrippa reveals Mansion of the Moon number 27 as being named Al-Chayarya or Al-Halgal Ma'od, being the second drawing, which not only allows for ritual talismans to be created for the purposes already mentioned, but also to cast mischief and trouble upon anyone that you will, to further add the potency, to add to the strength and the power of the talisman meant to demolish aquifers and water supplies. Agrippa discloses that ancient magicians constructed the image of a human with wings carrying the punctured cup or vase. You can use, and they used red clay. Now, in the Fraser episode, it was a red clay crock pot. It was very powerful, which they did burn with fire, placing asafoetida and liquid storax into the container. Because, you know, you put it in a kiln and you cook it into a crock pot, right? Okay, so it was very powerful. The conjurers then inundated the vessel deep into the water resource, which they then willed to ruin. Now, we tell you this so you can work, you know, to make it, use this mansion maybe to heal somebody or something like that. It can be used for many different things. And if you look into the episodes, there's things in there where they can use to heal people. Now, according to Kabbalistic lore, Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, and Pisces birthstone is aquamarine. Now, if you go check out our other ones we made in 2020, some videos about the lunar mansions, and you can go to the one that is Al-Fargh, Al-Thani, you can find out, and these Algenib and Alpheratz Stargates, you can find that we give you a lengthy, this what we've said so far, but also a more lengthy representation where we talk about the exact stars in the constellation, but not just in the bigger constellation, but the stars for the specific lunar mansion and their planetary associations and what exact metals, alchemical metals and stones you can use in order to make magical talismans, to make also rosaries, or to make amulets, rings, bracelets, necklaces, that kind of thing. So check those out. Now, star magic opportunities from Star Angel Al-Haniel, which provide powerful forces to you to acquire your objectives when this Pisces moon's Al-Fargh, Al-Thani stargates of Algenib and Alpheratz are activated by Luna, according to Ashmole, are the following: engage in business, make deals, trade goods and services, cast seeds, plant kernels, get married, advance no wealth nor resources to others, scrounge no monies nor goods from them, perilous to go on expeditions or voyage out of your place of residence late after midnight, procure no retainers, attendants, nor employees, go not aboard any seafaring vessel, for it will be treacherous for you to do so. If you are captured, you will not be able to get free of your captors, meet not with friends, associates, nor contacts. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us again next month for our next installment. We'll see you then. We'll see you soon. Take care.
It's lovely to be outside.